All right. So good morning. So my name is Sébastien Marcel. I'm senior research scientist at the EDIAP Research Institute, which is in Switzerland, and I'm also the coordinator of a project that is called MOBIO for mobile biometry, which is actually a European research project funded under the framework program 7. So I'm going to talk about this today. So, following a pretty academic style, here is the outline of this talk. So I'll just shortly introduce the context of the project, and then I will talk about the project, who we are and what we are doing, what are the challenges we are looking at in that project, what is the research which is behind this, and finally some results, and I will conclude with what is the next challenge we are going to look at. All right, too many passwords. It may sound a bit provocative, but if you look at this picture, you see a man basically which is having too many passwords to remember to access various systems. Actually, this picture is a sample from a comic book which is more than 15 years old. And already at that time, it was figured out that at some point we have too many passwords. And now it is the case. If some of you have been here for the previous presentations, it has been shown that, well, people are accessing various social networks, web services that are all protected by passwords, basically. And, well, we don't know actually what people do. Do they use the same passwords? Do they have different passwords? So it's really here. There is really a pain for the user. So here we're talking about the consumers, basically to manage and remember all the passwords. So this is one of the facts, and the second fact is convergence. So now we have devices which are portable, which are highly connected to the internet, and that everybody has. And from those devices, you can already access via the internet to any service, anywhere, anytime. And therefore, you can access to the previous services that are protected by passwords. And for the moment, they are still protected by passwords. And you still have all those passwords to remember and manage. So taking those two facts into account, basically came the idea, or was the setup of this, the seed of this project, mobile biometry. So as I say at the beginning, MOBIO is a research project funded, it was funded for 3 years by the European Commission and under the framework program 7, coordinated at the EDIAP Research Institute in Switzerland, and whose concept was to basically to provide anywhere, anytime, basically identity management solutions based on biometric authentication to access services which are online. All right, e-commerce, e-banking, social networks. So it was 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, because the project was prepared a year before. And the goal, the principal goal, the main goal of this project is to develop the underlying biometric technology, okay, to allow this authentication, this biometric authentication on mobile devices. And here, in this project, we are going to mainly look at two modalities, which are going to be face and voice. So just to mention all the partners of this project, so EDIAP, which is the coordinator, but also carrying research and development in face and speech processing. We have also the University of Oulu in Finland, working on robust feature extraction, mainly for face processing. The University of Manchester in England, working on face processing. University of Surrey, which has expertise in multimodal processing, so both face and voice, using the two. The Brno University of Technology in Czech Republic, which is a well-known expert in speech processing, and the University of Avignon in France, which is also an expert well-known in speech processing. And we have also companies that help us with designing the technology roadmap, or means the use cases or the prototypes, and helping us with the integration, because as academic partners we have some weaknesses for this kind of things. But thanks to those partners, we have some pretty nice demonstrations and technologies to show at the end. So just to mention then Visidon, which will be one of our next speaker from Finland, which has expertise on audiovisual processing on mobile. IDEARC, which is a company looking at exploitation technology transfer. And a Swiss company called IP Media with expertise on voice over IP. All right. So in addition to the partners, we have a so-called community of interest. So these are not full partners of the project, but these are companies basically that have, along those 3 years, shown interest into what we are doing, and basically have told us if this technology is available in 3 years, we'll be interested to test it, actually. So here is just a snapshot of few of those members, which is nearly about 30 now, without all the contact that has been made during this conference. So challenges. We are dealing with mobile devices, and then with a mobile environment where the customer can potentially use his device from anywhere and in any condition. So we are dealing with various aspects and various challenges. First, the variable quality of devices, various cameras, various level of quality of microphones. And because we are working with built-in sensors. If you have looked at the previous talk half an hour ago, it has been shown a system using fingerprint, which require actually an additional external sensor to do the matching on the phone. But here the idea is that we use the default, the built-in sensors which are available in nowadays phone, mainly, of course, obviously the microphone, which can, then you can make use of the voice with that, and also the camera, and mainly obviously the frontal camera. Then the challenges are therefore, well, we have problems with background audio noise, problem with illumination, this is typical in image, and problem with the cooperation of the subject. Basically, the project has to be cooperative to face the camera, avoid occlusions, and obviously to have clean speech. And one of the most important challenge is also the problem with resources. I mean, limited resources with the phone. A phone is not yet a computer, a multi-core computer. So we have to be able to fit some technology on those devices with the limited resources available. And that's a challenge as well. I'm not going to enter into the details about research and technologies which are investigated precisely. I'm just going to show you 3 major research axes that are still ongoing and will be for the next couple of years. So multimodal processing, I mean, designing face recognition algorithms which are robust to illumination. The same for speaker verification, speaker recognition. We need to have techniques more robust to noise, and also techniques to fuse the two. 2 important axes are also what is so-called adaptive biometric recognition. That means how to reduce the degradation of the biometric systems over time. I mean, when the biometric template has been enrolled at some point, and you are still continuing to use the system, what's going to happen after a couple of months, years? Here there is necessity to continue to investigate how to, first to study what happens to those systems, and what happens if we use some strategies to maintain this performance. So this is a hot topic of research also. Scalability is also important, as I mentioned previously, because devices are mini computers, and we need to study the degradation of biometric system when we put them, we try to fit them on mobile devices. All right, so I'm almost done with my presentation. I'm just going to highlight 3 major results of the project and just conclude with the next challenge. So the first result is the MOBIO database. For research and tuning and technology development, it's highly important to have a database that match the problem. All right, we didn't want to work with that databases recorded in clean environment and therefore non-realistic environment. This is why this project first looked at recording a realistic, as much as realistic than possible database for mobile applications. That means the database has been recorded on mobile devices, It has been recorded mainly in English language, in uncontrolled environment. That means there is no blue background or anything like this. It's real environment. This database consists currently of roughly 150 persons, nearly balanced, and 6 recording sites in Europe across our partners. And what is a particularity of this database is that we have a lot of sessions, so we can study over 3 years nearly of the project the variability of the samples of the biometric templates. We recorded a lot of data, several hundreds of hours, which are available as synchronized audio-video, high quality. And part of this data has been used this year for an international evaluation with some very interesting and promising results. And just to mention also that this database is freely available at this web address under the acceptance of a user license agreement. But it's freely available for download for research. Second result is demonstration prototypes. So within the project, we asked to our community of interest and to our initial partners to come with 2 use cases where we can show the benefit of biometric authentication using face and voice. And we came with 2 demonstration prototypes. Basically, this one-touch access to my email, where basically everything is embedded. So you have your biometric, you do the enrollment on your mobile, your credential is associated to your biometric template stored on the mobile. You try to authenticate, and if you're authenticated, basically you can have access to your favorite social networks or emails, such as Gmail, for instance. We have another application, which is more client-server kind of application, where you can securely access to sensitive documents which are stored on the distant server. So both of these demos can be seen at our booth in the 3rd floor. So please, you can go. So those demos have been implemented mainly on a Nokia phone, mobile device, which is this N900. And also we have a prototype on the recent iPhone 4 that I have with me. Can show you if you like. But at the moment, this one is only doing face recognition. All those demos are also listed on the website below. Last result is dissemination and exploitation. So basically we have, as a research project, we published more than 40 international journals and conference papers. You have also the list which is available for if you're interested in. And also we have many technology transfer opportunities either through some of our partners or our community of interest. You can see this link for more information as well. And some SDKs will be available for some partners into the project. Also, more information can be available on request. So to conclude, what is the next challenge? So over the last couple of days, basically, a topic which was redundant was spoofing. Everybody has mentioned that it was actually a problem, and that has not been studied probably enough over the last years. And this is a current problem, actually, that direct attacks, so-called spoofings, need to be tackled. And I'm taking this opportunity to announce basically the start of a new research project, which is going to be funded for more than 3 years, basically, which is going to look exclusively on these problems of studying spoofing attacks for face, voice, iris, fingerprint, gait, and few other emerging modalities. This is a large project with 8 academic partners, 4 companies, and also 1 partner from China, which is quite unique, I would say. And we have good hope that during this project we'll be able to first record attacks so we can study spoofing attacks, and also to be able to measure the vulnerabilities of current systems, but also to develop techniques that will be able to detect those spoofing attacks and to circumvent them. Thanks very much for your attention.